Okay, Homecoming is one of the most bizarre shows I've ever seen, and I really don't know what to think about it yet. Welcome to my channel, friend. How you doing? So this video is going to be about the season 2 premiere of the show Homecoming, titled People. It's going to be a quick recap of the first episode mixed in with a brief analysis and then thoughts on where it could be going. And oh yeah, there will be spoilers, but before we get started, thank you for watching. I do release new videos weekly, so if you want to join me in talking about all the great TV shows about murder, mystery, and then things that keep you guessing, hit subscribe and that thumbs up to see more videos like this one. And with all that said, let's dive into this episode. I got the show recommended a lot from you all, and since the new season just premiered, I thought I'd give it a go. And fair warning, because I heard it's an anthology, I just skipped season 1 altogether, but after watching this episode, I kind of feel like I should have just started with season 1. Anyway, so the episode starts off with a woman mysteriously waking up in a canoe floating in the middle of a lake. It's Janelle Monae, aka the reason I decided to watch the show, and apparently she has no memory of who she is. No name, no address, no nothing. Now, a couple things here. First off, there's someone trying to reach her on a cell phone, but that gets knocked into the water. Whoops! And then there's a man on the shore staring at her, but he dips out when she acknowledges him and then asks for help. So Janelle Monae, which is how I'll be referring to her until she figures out what her damn name is, eventually makes it to the shore and finds a car key. Then after going through the dark forest, she makes it to the road and sees a car, but the key doesn't work on the car, so what was the point of finding the key? Who knows, but spoiler alert, it's not revealed in this episode. Anyway, Janelle Monae, and this is getting old really fast, decides to just start walking, and coincidentally, like a little too coincidentally, and I feel like this was actually set up to happen, a cop happens to be driving down the road and questions her. Now, Janelle Monae keeps saying he was here, but we still don't know who he is, and then the cop finds an ID. Turns out Janelle Monae's TV name is Jacqueline, and apparently she's a veteran. Regardless, she gets taken to the hospital to be examined. There's this whole thing about her hospital neighbor buddy named Buddy, and remember him because he does stick around for a while. So Jacqueline gets examined by the doctor, and a few things come of this. We reinforce the fact that Jacqueline has no memory of anything prior to waking up in that boat. She also has a tattoo on her arm, and then there's some sort of injection point on that same arm. Naturally, this concerns the doctor, and he goes to talk to the police officer that brought her in. So neighbor Buddy gets all involved, and he gets her all paranoid and shit because the injection marks make it look like she's a drug user. So she dips out before the cop and the doctor get back, but don't worry, like I said, Buddy does stick around. In the meantime though, Jacqueline is walking through the hospital, all super sneaky like, to avoid getting caught, and she hides in the prayer room where this old woman is pissed and knocks over the holy water or something. Now, I'm not sure if this was for comedic relief or if it plays a part later on in the series, but as of right now, that's literally it. We immediately cut to Jacqueline exiting the building and walking down the road again, so yeah. Definitely couldn't figure out why that prayer room scene was so damn important, unless it ties into season 1, and I missed it because I was impatient and I didn't watch season 1. Anyway, guess who shows up while Jackie's walking down the road? And I'm gonna be calling her Jackie from now on. Our good old Buddy. So one of the only things in Jackie's pocket is a napkin from this place or bar called Skins. So she has Buddy take her there. And by the way, Buddy is a widower on oxygen and just one of the most outgoing and friendly people around. So no wonder his name is Buddy. Okay, so on the way to Skins, they talk. Like, about the most random and bizarre things. Like, the only thing she remembers are those little red towels that are only used for special occasions. Like, what? Okay, and I'm sure this will come around to be explained later, but it was just so random and off the wall, and it's just like, okay. Side note, Buddy recognizes Jackie's tattoo as a marker for the airborne or Air Force or something. I don't know military stuff, so don't judge me. Anyway, they get the Skins, right? And it's like this little karaoke bar, but Buddy makes it a point to tell this long story about how Skins used to be this fun bar with scantily dressed waitresses, but when the bar and attached hotel were purchased by someone else, it had to become more family friendly. Kind of feel like that has something to do with season 1. Or maybe it ties back in later on this season. I feel like it was too long of a story not to have like a major impact. Moving right along, a restaurant employee, Kyle, yeah, that's his name, recognizes her and confirms that she was there yesterday with a male friend, and she was drunk. Apparently, Jacqueline and the mysterious dude got into an argument. She told Kyle to F off, and then things got rowdy because Kyle had to mop up some shit off the floor. So Jackie wants to see them receipts, but Kyle's like, nah, ain't nobody got time for that. But Buddy uses her veteran status as leverage, and Kyle lets him sift through the receipts. They find the receipt from yesterday, and it was charged to a room. Room 214, which reminds you of Room 104, which is an HBO anthology series which you should all check out, but I digress, back to Homecoming. Naturally, they go check out Room 214, but no one answers when they knock, so they use some excuse to get the housekeeper to let them in. When they get in, there's a melon. Yeah, a melon, just laying on the bed with no explanation. Like, what? But after searching the room, Jackie comes across a Ziploc bag that's found in the back of the closet. Now, this Ziploc bag has money. Lots of money. An empty lab tube with season 1 stuff written on it. Should've watched season 1, Todd. A credit card belonging to an Alex Eastern, who we can assume to be the other guy, and then a picture with Jacqueline in uniform with 3 other people. Now, the 3 other people, though, have X's over their faces. Mystery. So Jacqueline and Buddy are freaking out, so Jacqueline runs into the bathroom and her tattoo is fake. What is happening? Like, it just peels off. So she goes to tell Buddy, and this fool, he knocks her over the head and then apologizes and then leaves with the money because he wants nothing to do with all this. Don't worry though, he does leave her $100, so yay. Then we cut to a farm and more season 1 stuff, I'm assuming, and then that was the episode. Yo, this show is bizarre and strange. Like, they set up a lot, and I mean a lot of questions, but honestly, it really wasn't good enough to get me hooked. And I love all the mystery, but nothing was enough to really get me like, oh, I gotta see what happens next. Everything was just oddly random, like the car key, the small red towels only used on special occasions, and then just like everything found in that bag. Don't get me started on the random melon just sitting on the bed. Now, I'm sure this will all be explained later on in the season, and then maybe some of the stuff does relate to season 1, and like I said, I should have been less lazy and just started with that. But when I heard it was an anthology, I thought nothing from season 1 would apply to season 2, and I can't really tell if that's the case and the mystery has nothing to do with season 1, or if some of those relate slightly to things revealed in the previous season. Like, they even provided a recap for season 1 before the episode started, and that makes me feel like the details of the previous season are important here. So, I guess we'll never know. Kidding. But regardless of all that, it just really didn't hook me in the way that some other mystery shows do. This kind of just felt like a short film, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. But for me personally, they just didn't set it up where I'm like dying for answers. And based on the season 1 recap, I know they did experiments on veterans using some sort of experimental drug that removes their PTSD memories. So if we're connecting that to season 2, it all makes sense. Loss of memory, veteran, the empty lab tube. Now, I may go back and start from season 1 to see if that changes anything. Or if I'm bored and have nothing to do, maybe I'll continue this season. That, or if everyone is like, it's so good, keep watching. At the moment though, I'd say give it a shot and see what you think. Aside from that though, like, the show is shot beautifully. They do this thing where the camera is out of focus to induce uncertainty and confusion, and I really liked that effect. I also thought the acting was solid. I honestly am not a big fan of Janelle Monae's acting, but I thought she did pretty good here. Also, I love the fact that each episode's only 30 minutes, and that just makes it so much easier to review for YouTube. Aside from that though, like I said before, the story didn't give me enough to really invest and want me to find out the big secret behind her memory loss. I don't know, what do you think? Have you watched the first episode of season 2 yet? Should I keep going? Am I being too critical? Or should I go back and watch season 1 to fill in the gaps? Are there even any gaps that are filled in from season 1? I got a lot of questions for you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to drop your comments below and let me know what you think about season 2 of Homecoming. After you drop a comment, check out some of my other videos here. Then don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helps me out. Then subscribe with a side notification bell. Until next time, shine on, ya crazy diamonds.